one guy that knows how to compete. We're going to bring him in here. Coming over here is Isaac Gifford, the safety for Nebraska, Rover, athlete extraordinaire. Come in here, man. If you can get him in here, we got Isaac Gifford coming in here, the senior. Isaac, what's up, brother?
What's going on,
Looking
fellas?
good, man.
Yeah,
Looking
thanks,
good.
man.
Yeah,
I had to
right,
get dressed up.
Yeah.
I don't do this often. I got to take advantage of
Right,
it,
I know, right?
You look sharp, dude.
Yeah, you do look. You look sharp.
The hair's flowing, everything.
Oh my God, I get so many comments on the freaking hair.
It looks good though. It looks good.
Though, but if you couldn't rock it, then people wouldn't give you comments.
Well, that's my thing. It's kind of my thing now. I'm not gonna cut it off yet. So
you know,
I like it.
Isaac. You know, I've had a unique view of you. Saw you in high school and sitting there talking to your dad, like, what the heck is Nebraska at the time doing?
Yeah.
Came in, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it was a gray shirt or
whatever they call it.
I don't know. It's pretty much like a reason to eventually put you on scholarship.
Right.
Worked your way up, continued to make plays, patient, burst on the scene 2 years ago, solidified it last year. Now I'm assuming you're going to be one of the senior leaders and probably a captain, obviously being here today. Talk about your process and what today means being here at Big Ten Media Day, because I'm sure you know it's a big deal that you're here.
Yeah, you know, it's been a long process.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot of shit in the 5 years that I've been at Nebraska. It's another step up that mountain for me. You know, we all got mountains to climb, and this is one of mine. It's been a long process, and I'm just honored to be at this thing. You know, and my brother didn't even get to do this, so I get to hold that.
No, you got one up on him, right?
Yeah. So I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, and talk about your brother, man. I mean, your brother playing at the next level. Talk about how he's helped you, but then also inspired you too. You guys, first of all, I love your dad. You know, I mean, you do too. But you guys are a tight knit family. But I know the competition is there. Talk about having a big brother doing it at the highest level.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty big for me to be able to watch my brother go through the same process at Nebraska, have different coaches and all that, and then go to the league, have the same problems, new coaches all the time, you know, injury, whatever. It's big for me because I just see how calm, cool, collected he is all the time.
Yeah.
You know, having a good mental state in this game is huge. You know, not letting things outside of your control affect how you play and how you are as a person inside the building. That's one of the biggest things for me, watching him and learning from him, because I got to do the same thing here in Nebraska. But yeah, you know, it's pretty cool that I get to hold a couple things over him. You know, he didn't get to play as much as I got to play. And
little brother superseding the big brother.
Yeah, right.
Before I turn over to my partners over here, talk about the difference for you individually, but then also as you see in the team, because this is your team. I'm sure Matt Rose told you, right? The difference from year one to year two.
There's a big difference.
Right.
I think the jump we're taking this year is knowing that we're the team.
Good.
Right. You know, knowing that we have guys and we have athletes on this team that are going to make us win this year, you know, knowing that we're going to win. That's the big jump that we're taking right now.
Yeah. So with the offseason you talked about and the changes from year one to year two. So I'm a process guy as well. I've been asking everybody this question is, what are one or two things, goals, if they're just things or details that you say, this is how I was during the season or during this year, and I want to change or get better. Yeah. What are those? What are those little traits?
Yeah, you know, for me personally, it's, you know, my ball skills, takeaways, turnovers, you know, being smarter on, okay, it's 3rd down and 5. This is what I'm going to get. It's 2nd down and 10. They're out of phase. What are they going to give me? What are they going to do to get halfback, right? It's just being smarter in how I play the game, and then also making a bigger difference on getting the ball back. And then as a defense, we're looking, you know, takeaways, 3rd down, and run defense. Those are the 3 things we gotta be at the top of our game on.
Yeah. So being on the defensive side of the ball, something I respected with Jay being on the black shirt defense when we played. What's the mindset? Because I know I played linebacker in high school. So what's that mindset? Now you're coming from 15 yards of depth to have to support if it's the run game or the pass game. What's your mindset sitting at defensive back, at safety?
Screw it. You know, like that. That's how I am. You know, football is a physical game.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be, like you said, in that mindset of, I'm going to hit this dude as hard as I can, and I don't care how big he is. You know, it's like when you see counter, are you going to lose your spot because you're not taking on that guard, or are you going to take on that guard and then die afterwards? You know, it's just being willing to put your body on the line and say, screw it.
Yep, I like it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Talk to me about your leadership style, your approach to being a leader. You seem more like a little bit more of an energetic, vocal type guy.
Yeah.
Are you a lead by example? Are you a vocal type guy? Talk to me about your leadership approach, because you're clearly going to be one of the leaders on the defense and the team as a whole.
Yeah, I think it takes a little bit of both, right? If you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. So, I mean, I've definitely been more of a vocal person this year in everything that I do, but I've also had to prove myself with it, right? I can't say certain things and then not show up to lunch, or not show up early and watch film. I gotta hold myself to a higher standard than I hold other people.
Actions speak so loudly you can't hear anything you say. If your actions match your words, dude, it like quadruples the message. Dude, your eyes, when you were talking about taking on a counter, I love the look in those eyes. That was
the same thing. I was like,
I mean, you got to do it.
I like that
in the
mentality.
Box more than I play in the post.
I love that.
Yeah, it's the linebacker in me.
I wanted to ask you. Obviously, in the offseason, Tony White was up for a couple jobs. I'm assuming. Obviously, just reading the tea leaves. How important is it that he comes back? Because your guys are. I said it's two things. Everybody, Coach White is a great coach and teacher. All the coaches, but it's his defense, and then you guys, which I knew because I know you were accepted it and then embraced it. But talk how important it is to have him back as your defensive coordinator, because it obviously highlighted your athletic ability and your playing ability, but then also it's big to have him back because you guys took a lot of big strides last year.
Yeah, I think it's first of all he's so good at his job.
Right.
Like you can tell when he's making play calls, you can tell like this guy knows what he's doing. That was a big reason and why I stayed as well, knowing he was going to be there, because I love the defense. It fit me and it fit the guys on the team. It allowed us to make plays and play to our best ability, so knowing that he's going to be there and knowing that he trusts us and we trust him, it's so big. It was a big deal for him to stay here.
What are your guys' expectations and goals as a defensive unit this year? You can take that any way you want to. You can say top 10 sack, run, points per game allowed defense, or you can take that however you want to.
I don't really put numbers on things. I think of it more in a sense of how physical can we be? How's the team going to play the next week after playing us? I want to be one of those teams where they walk off and they're like, dang, those boys hit.
They're beat up.
Right.
Yep.
Right. That's my goal for our defense.
I like that.
Gotcha. So we're gonna have a little fun. I was able to get to Ben on the questions here.
Lord.
And then these
here we go.
I don't think my man play a live video game.
I love it though, man. Let's go.
I'm the director of esports on campus.
Lord.
So
let's do it.
I play video games. That's my thing. And college football is out. All right. Do you know your rating?
85, I think.
Boom, another
all
one.
right.
And
his head didn't go down though. His head stayed right up.
When I asked Ben that question, his head went down.
He was not happy.
He was not happy. He was rated a 78. He wants higher. So that's 85. Is that
85?
You good with that?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
He looks good with that. All right.
And we got speed here at a 90. That's good.
Take that.
There you go. Strength. They have strength at 73.
That's wild.
Right.
That's right, man. Whatever.
That's a problem.
He does not agree.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I say agility, 89.
I'll take that.
Yep. Awareness, I say acceleration first, 92. That means you get in the box real fast. I like that because I had to deal with a lot of safeties like that. And awareness, 88. On-field awareness.
That one should be a little higher, but I like it's fine.
All right. And let me see your lowest rating here. Let me see if I can find the lowest one. And the lowest one is usually something that you game by game you're not doing every time.
Yeah.
So like throwing the ball or running with the rock. Let me see here if I can find it. Throw power. So throwing under pressure here, 42.
Yeah, I can't throw the rock, so it's fine. My shoulder.
That's about right. It's okay with that.
I wanted to.
All right.
Yeah. Cowboy collars and all that don't allow, right? Shoulder harness.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
All right.
They had Ben's kick return at 31. He's like, I can get you 10
shit.
yards.
Let me
I get you 10 yards.
Let me see your kick return. Okay, here we go. Your kick return was 67.
I can bring it back a
That's
little
not
bit.
bad.
Yeah, 10-yard average is what you look for.
That's all you're looking for.
He punt returned in high school.
Right. So I'll take if I was special
I
team
can do it.
Yeah. Come on. I know you can.
Well, we got the call. We got a break.
You got to get out of
Appreciate
here.
you, Isaac.